Welcome to this meditation on accessing your wisdom. I'm Molly McCandless, and I'm going to guide you through the steps to find more of your wisdom. You may not be able to access some of your wisdom energy if someone has told you in the past that you weren't smart or you were made to feel like you weren't smart. That's just one example. So tonight, I will help you clear this space, see if you can uh, get a look at what is affecting your wisdom vibration and show you what it looks like so that you can access it anytime. These are really short meditations, so I always suggest you go back and work these tools again to clear something at a deeper level. Let's get grounded first, which is how I always start my meditations. So, with your eyes closed, relax, take a couple of deep breaths. Sense where you are right now in your space, meaning your energy, where you're sitting right now. See if you can bring your energy back in around you. What that means is really like pulling your aura back in around you. So ideally, you should be sitting in your aura 2 to 3 feet around you on all sides. Typically through the day, our aura spreads out. So bring it back in, scoop it back in. And with your eyes closed, focus some of your attention on the base of your spine, and that's the general area of where your root chakra is located. And it's from this space close to your root chakra, or at your root chakra, close to the base of your spine, is where you're going to create what's called the grounding cord. It's that um, it's looks to me like a hollow tube, but it could look like anything. But a grounding cord is a way to attach your physical body to the planet, and it helps to anchor your spiritual body to your physical body. So from the base of your spine, imagine that you had a hollow tube that could plug into the base of your spine, go down through the floor beneath you, down through the layers of the planet, and plug into the crystalline core. It's like the hollow tube, you could expand out even as wide as your aura. So um, once you make that connection with that hollow tube from the base of your spine into the center of the planet, see if you can expand it out. Don't overthink it. And the reason why I like to use something that's open and hollow is because this is the vehicle you're going to use with the help of gravity to pull energies that you want to release out of your space down through this hollow tube. That energy that you're releasing hits the center of the planet, and that energy gets recycled. So it pulls it out down away from your body. Otherwise, you're sitting in a lot of energy, especially right now with the intense energies on the planet. If you don't clear and release that on a regular basis, you will get so gummed up. So the more you can practice grounding with a new grounding cord, say even every day, releasing that grounding cord, creating a new one the same way from the base of your spine into the planet, expanding it out, releasing what's in your space because it could change daily, the happier, healthier, cleaner your energy will be. Okay, so if you've connected yourself to the center of the planet and expanded your grounding cord out, just with a couple of exhales, release the energy that's collected up in your space. Think about releasing stress out of your body. I like to start with the energy of stress because we all have some level of stress, some more than others. Where do you hold your stress? Your head, the back of your neck, around your jaws, shoulders. Sometimes we hold it in our stomach. Maybe you have stress in your hips. Wherever this is, tune into your body and allow gravity to pull that energy out of your space, out of your body, down through the grounding cord into the center of the planet so that energy can get recycled, and make sure that energy goes all the way down that grounding cord. And if I move too fast when you do these meditations on your own, you can certainly take more time to release the energies at a deeper level. Release unconscious energy. There's a lot of really intense unconscious energy flying around the planet. So we can start to match that unconscious energy. Sometimes I see it as a whitish or a grayish energy, either around me or inside my body. So just tune in, and if you feel like you've collected up or matched the unconscious energy on the planet, have the thought that it can release out of your body, your aura, and flow down into the center of the planet. There's a lot of fear on the planet right now. So think about if you are feeling fearful, wherever you feel that fear or sense you're in fear, even if you don't know where you're holding on to it, have the thought that any fear in your space releases. And then release any unspoken words that you didn't get to say. Sometimes you'll feel them in your throat chakra. You could really feel them anywhere. Um, but just have the thought that any unspoken words that you weren't able to express that you wanted to release out of your space and down your grounding cord. Good. Once you release, you need to replenish. So where you're sitting right now, think about creating the visual of a large, warm, golden sun sitting about 6 inches above your head. It's just a simple visual of that energy and a sun, and that sun has the ability to collect your energy and bring it back from wherever you left it. So if you think about some places and spaces where you've left your energy over the past few days, have the thought that that sun can magnetize your energy back. So it gets pulled into the sun, whether you see it or have that awareness. It's enough to have the intention that your energy comes back. So if you were in stores and taxis, Ubers, out to dinner, work, wherever you've left your energy, have the thought it gets magnetized back into the sun and only your energy comes back into that sun. So if you are around a lot of people, when you pull your energy back, you are not bringing theirs along with yours. So bring your energy into that sun. And this is why you should practice these tools on a regular basis, because the more energy you've left out or that you don't recapture, the more tired you'll be. Okay, once you have your energy in that sun, bring that sun in through the top of your head. So that the sun goes through the top of your head and starts to fill your body in, saturating all your cells and organs and bringing your body up to gold, because that's your life force energy. So fill yourself in. And if you haven't done this in a while, you may need more than one golden sun to collect your energy up, but we'll keep moving forward right now. Next, I want to walk you through looking at your wisdom vibration. In order to see anything clairvoyantly, you need a space to view it. So imagine out in front of you, about a foot in front of your head, you can create what's called a reading screen. It would be like your very own private viewing or computer screen, but this is just for viewing energy clairvoyantly. So out in front of your head, about a foot, imagine that you have a white blank screen that's about a foot wide, a foot tall, and that's where you're going to create symbols to read energy. But in order for that screen to stay in place, quite often we need to ground it with a hollow tube into the planet. It's really another grounding cord. And sometimes our screen can move around as we're trying to look at something, so it's really best if it's anchored in place. So ground your screen with the hollow tube into the planet. And now on your screen, to read energy clairvoyantly, you're going to create a symbol to hold the energy of your wisdom vibration. So in the center of your screen, please create the visual of a clear bubble. And as you're creating that, you're going to have the thought that that bubble holds your wisdom information. We'll call it wisdom information or vibration. So as you create that bubble and you have the thought that that symbol is holding your information, as you create that, you might start to see textures or colors show up in that space that represent your wisdom information. The goal is to be able to see the highest, brightest colors that represent that information. So if you see high, bright colors, great. You also might see some darker textures or colors, or maybe all you can see is dark textures and colors, and that means there's a lot of foreign energy in this space that needs to be cleared. In order to clear that energy, just like on our bodies where we have a grounding cord to the base of that bubble, add a hollow tube, a grounding cord from the base of the bubble that plugs in on your screen and goes down through the layers of the planet. So when you're looking at this bubble that's holding your wisdom vibration and colors and textures show up that you want to clear, you're going to have the same thought that gravity can pull it out of the symbol on your screen, down the grounding cord that's attached to your symbol on the screen, and pulls it all the way into the center of the planet where that energy also gets recycled. All right, we're going to just do an initial flush of energy. So whatever you see, textures or colors in that bubble that you know don't belong, send that energy down the grounding cord on the bubble. To do that, you can really just say hello to it, like, oh, hello, blob of dark color or texture. I know you don't belong. Gravity will then pull this out of the symbol all the way down into the planet. So do that initial flush. I'm going to call out some specifics to look for. And again, these will just be a few because it's a short meditation. So you can go back and if you think of more energies that come up for you as you are clearing. The first energy to be aware of in this space is, excuse me, you can't have it. What that means is often people don't want you to access a higher part of yourself because that can make you too powerful. So if you see any energy of you can't have it, that will show up as a texture or color. And whatever you see, send it down the grounding cord. And if I call out a vibration to look for and you don't see it in your symbol, that's fine. Doesn't mean that every energy I call out is going to be something that affects you, but just take a good look anyway. All right, the next energy I want you to look for is the energy of doubt. And that's doubt around being able to access your wisdom, which leads to doubt about being able to make decisions. Maybe a parent or a boss has told you or made you feel in the past that you made bad decisions or you were wrong. That programming needs to be cleared. So whatever you see around the energy of doubt, release it down the grounding cord. And if I'm going too fast, then you can always hit pause on this replay and take more time and then hit resume. Okay, the next energy is fear. fear about being that powerful if you do have access to your wisdom. It could be something like fearful of what you're going to see, or what are you going to do when you have that wisdom? Do you feel like would create an expectation for yourself? Um, it's really good to be to have access to your wisdom. So if you have fear about accessing it, please release that. If it's showing up in your symbol, release it down the grounding cord. Okay, the next energy to look for in your symbol is the energy of judgments. There may be people who don't believe that you should be able to have your wisdom, or they may also have judged you in the past for some decisions you made. So look for energy in your symbol around judgments. And those could be your judgments you made about yourself, like, oh man, I made the wrong decision, or you feel like you've made it a couple of times and then you stop trusting yourself. So whatever showing up as judgments, yours or other people's, look in that symbol for textures or colors and send it down the grounding cord. And one more energy to look for in this space is that of religious programming around having or accessing your wisdom. Many religions don't want their followers to be too powerful, because then they can't be controlled. Like if you have all of your wisdom in your body and you're able to make decisions that are right for you, then you're less programmable. And a lot of people, again, don't want us to be powerful. So a lot of times that comes in through religious programming, and it could be from a past life or even this lifetime. So have the thought that any religious programming in your wisdom, we'll call it your wisdom bubble, anything that shows up, send it down the grounding cord. And that may be an energy you need to go back and work on clearing too. I know that there's old religious programming in many of my spaces, and that can take a bit of clearing, a bit more time clearing. A really good job. Um, I want you to focus on your bubble right now. And can you see a high bright color or plural colors that represent your wisdom? And whatever, even if it's just a little bit, I want you to see if you can expand the high bright colors and textures out to encompass that entire bubble. So it's completely spread out, touching the whole interior of the bubble. So the goal is to really just see the highest, brightest colors, and having the thought that anything else that's in there as you're expanding that color can release down the grounding cord. So get a good look at what your the vibration or the color is, or colors of your wisdom look like. And it's really important, energy is held in colors and textures. So if you can clear a space to the point where you can really see it in a beautiful in a beautiful way, a beautiful light, by getting all the darker textures and colors out, you really will have more access to it. And I'll tell you what you can do in a moment here. When you feel like you need to call on having more wisdom, or you just want to vibrate at wisdom and decision making, we'll say. Um, all right, we want to raise the vibration of your wisdom even higher. And in order to do that, go ahead on your screen above your bubble, create a golden sun. So just sitting kind of above your bubble, create the image of a golden sun, and we'll add some energies into that golden sun. Uh, Postulates or words written in gold, we'll float them into the bubble above the sun so that you can raise a vibration. So what that looks like is I'll call out some energies. You can see them literally float into the sun before we bring that in through the top of the wisdom bubble. So in the sun, maybe add the energy of wisdom. I'm free to express my wisdom, certainty, joy, gratitude, trust, brilliance, your personal power. Anything else that you want to add into that sun that you feel like will help you have more of your wisdom, send those energies into the sun. Now bring that sun in through the top of the bubble and saturate that bubble with all of these vibrations, and that really helps to raise it up even higher. Now, something different that we don't always do in these meditations is, as you're looking on the screen at your wisdom, what it looks like, I want you to imagine that you could sit inside of that bubble. You see the pretty textures and colors, and maybe you just visualize yourself for a moment sitting on a golden chair inside of your wisdom bubble. And I want you to see what it feels like when you have access to all that wisdom. That is your energy. So soak it in. What does it feel like? Does it have a sound? Does it have a texture? What does it feel like drenching yourself in that color and that vibration? So I want you to enjoy this moment for a moment so that you can remember what it feels like. So in the future, when you want to access this, you can use a golden sun in this color just to keep filling yourself in with. I'll explain that again real quickly at the end. So sit inside your bubble and enjoy this for a moment. It's going to help you access your wisdom, not just from this lifetime, but past lifetimes as well, because as we keep incarnating, we'll bring a lot of this with us. It's just we don't always remember that we have access to it. So this is really about saturating all of your past wisdom and everything that you've done in the past to bring you to this point. And by getting the heavy energies out, you should have really the ability now to um, be able to tap into that energy. All right, can't stay in that bubble all day. So imagine that you could kind of pull yourself out. So you're back sitting in your space, wherever you are, in your home or office, looking at your wisdom bubble. We need to have a way to disperse the energy, because you really don't want symbols sitting on your screen. It doesn't hurt the work you just did by dispersing the energy. In order to do that, a simple way is to the right of your bubble, go ahead and create a larger gold bubble. So to the right of on the screen, the right of your wisdom bubble, create a large gold bubble, and then just slide your wisdom bubble into the gold bubble. It's pretty wordy, sorry. And then visualize yourself with a pin, and you're just going to pop the gold bubble and the energy just disperse. You could envision it turning into a billion little pieces of like gold glitter if you want. Doesn't hurt what you just did, it just clears the energy. All right, so tune back into where you're sitting. And one thing that you can do in the future is, if you want to access this is what I was just mentioning. You could visualize a sun above your head with your wisdom color. And then you could add some of those postulates again into this space. So you can fill in any time, especially if you have a meeting or you just want to access it for any reason. Maybe you need to be more creative when you want to access your wisdom on creativity. It could be specific, or maybe it's just something that you want to fill in with if you have to make some big decisions. So above your head right now where you're sitting, create a large warm golden sun. And we'll add some of the same energies that you just filled in with. Um, so into that sun, add the energy of wisdom. You're free to express your wisdom, certainty, joy, gratitude, trust, good decision making, personal power, maybe some creativity. Whatever that feels like to you, add those energies into the sun above your head. You could add some of the color of your wisdom into that sun as well, if you like. And when you're ready, bring that sun in through the top of your head. Excuse me. Saturate all your cells and organs with those beautiful postulates and all of your wisdom vibration. You could even run some of that down through your grounding cord to the center of the planet. So you're vibrating it that from the center of the planet up your body to the fingertips to the top of your head. Okay. And when you're ready, you can take a couple of deep breaths, open your eyes, and come out of trance. I hope you've enjoyed this meditation. Thank you for being here. See you next month.